Title: Urgent. Teacher gave me a 0 on exam, accusing AI writing need advice. Have they explained why they think it's AI generated? And what is that link supposed to do? All of this seems pretty vague to me. Maybe you should reach out a higher authority within the school, like the dean, department head or academic advisor. It's been a common complaint. https www.washingtonpostcom Technology, the 14th of August 2023. Prove false positive AI detection Turnitin PT0. Pull up the save file, autosave history on your computer. Show the previous versions. Turn on editing marks so you can show the changes you made. Show your browser history and search engine history with times, dates with all the research you did. Offer to write the whole thing again during a supervised Saturday or some other circumstance too. Show it really is your work. See if several of these will get you some slack. File a formal complaint. Bring adults with you if you're a minor. Then, the ultimate kicker is to use something your teacher wrote and have it be detected as AI content. AI detectors hate formal writing. Us in the marketing space always get pinged for AI. But we know it's just an accurate coin toss at most. Teacher here. Talk to your teacher one-on-one. Explain your situation calmly. Provide reasoning for the points you've made in your essay. Why did you write about the things you did? How you came to those conclusions or where you got the information from. That's how I tell the hard workers from cheaters. Granted, not all teachers have the patience for it. In worst case scenario, take the case higher up, contact the head of the department or the head teacher. But keep in mind that while this might save your grade, it will make that teacher your enemy in the long term. Has anyone experienced something like this before? Or does anyone have advice on what steps I should take to dispute this? Are you in high school or university? For future reference, always write in a platform that can record your progress, such as Google Docs. If you wrote it in any writing program yourself, just bring the file to your teacher on a USB drive and tell them to check the revision history of the file. If you wrote it yourself, all edits will be there and available to see. If it's AI generated, it'll all be done in one go with no revision history. You have the proof in the file yourself. Either prove your innocence or prove your guilt. You could test the tool your teacher used to show it being faulty. I remember something about the Constitution showing as AI generated on most sites. Is there a chance he's just sending this to all his students to see if any of them cave and admit to using AI, even though they wouldn't get anywhere near a 100% AI match? Makes it easier for him, I guess, to just psyche people out. Autistic writers flag the AI thing a lot. Just talk to the teacher and others at the school. Just curious. Did you use AI at all in the editing process or to reword your own ideas? You can run it through other AI detectors to see if they can help your case. Here are a list that Forbes rated highly. Maybe if they don't agree with Turnitin's results, you can argue your case. It could also help to show any notes, sources, previous versions, outlines, or whatever you have available that show your process. Email him your notes, research links, page numbers of citations, etc. Surely you have all that if you didn't cheat. Get some of his writings and essays, and submit them to an AI checker, preferably the one he used. Chances are, one of them will be flagged as AI written. Then whip that one out in a meeting with your teacher and other school officials. With the speed of general AI, I might be a little dated in my answer, but I'm pretty sure last I checked, it was near impossible to detect generative AI with standard detectors. Tested by writing samples yourself or using books from pre-2017 or 2022, and checking for AI contribution. If it was physically written before general AI joined the mainstream, then how could it have been used? Send an email or go in person to your counselor and also CC your principal. I hate when teachers falsely accuse like this. Unless your teacher has proof and you actually did cheat, you did nothing wrong and your teacher is in the wrong. That's one of the only ways you can stop yourself from being taken advantage of and be treated fairly. I've had problems with unfair teachers in school before, and the way I solved them immediately was telling my school counselor or police. Arguing with my teacher almost never changed their mind. I think all you can do is try to explain to the teacher that those AI detection things are very fallible and get false positives all the time. You can even prove this by inputting all sorts of things and seeing what it calls AI when it isn't. Best things would be indisputably not AI, like the Declaration of Independence, or something he himself wrote. Aside from that, go higher up the chain of command. Complain to his boss and explain the same thing about the AI detectors. Did you do it on something like Google Docs? Without knowing the platform you did the essay, it's hard to tell you the exact steps to take. Something similar happened to me in the late 90s. Then it was, you stole it from the internet. Because it was too well written for a high schooler. Teacher couldn't provide proof either. The internet being too big and too unknown for her. She did reluctantly change it to a passing grade after seeing my indignation. Face with rolling eyes. Best I can think of is to try and provide raw data on the text editor you used. Like total editing time, number of times the document was accessed, etc. Maybe that can prove a more organic nature? The reality is that these products are not perfect. My favorite example of just how imperfect they can be. A detector called GPT-0 even claimed the US Constitution was written by AI. But you might be able to avoid more trouble by offering some evidence that you really did the work. Several students I spoke with suggested Google Docs or Microsoft Word could help. Both offer a version history function that can keep track of changes to the file, so you can demonstrate how long you worked on it and that whole chunks didn't magically appear.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.